Hey, I'm Animal from Wasted Attention. Stay tuned for Star Wars Episode 2, The Clone Wars review. We've got a phantom space opera filled with all sorts of foreshadowing and a prepubescent boy who's not ready to take the full... Fuck! God damn it. I told you that was going to happen, didn't I?
Did you have this whole thing planned, or are you just winging it?
I did. Wasted Attention. Watch it now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wasted Attention's weekly podcast. I am your host, Animal. On my left, I have Ivan.
Hello.
JD, am I right?
Howdy.
And this is our second installment of the Star Wars Winter Classics, gentlemen. We are going through every single episode of Star Wars, random offshoots, everything except for the VHS Christmas special. Damn it.
I can't find that one. Do you guys have it?
No, got
I think it's on YouTube.
Probably.
We'll find it somewhere.
Yeah,
Don't you worry
exactly.
about it.
Good, it's got boba.
Oh, it does. That's right. You were the one who sent that, right?
Boba.
Sent it?
Yeah, you sent like a screen grab of him, like writing a do-back or something like that. Well, anyways, as I said, we're getting into episode 2 from last week's episode. Hopefully you watched episode 1. If not, you should totally watch that.
We'll leave a link.
Or
yes, right there. And also, we would like to welcome Chrissy onto the show. Hi, Chrissy. You want to come on the show? Come here.
She's got a jug of milk.
Come here.
Which one with the milk?
Come here, Chrissy. This is on our show. Come on.
Bring it right around.
Everybody clap.
I did. It did. I can't tell if it's like the stuff in the fridge or if it's the milk that smells.
So our first part of the show today is we're going to review this milk.
What's the date?
Well, the date is December 11th.
What's today? The 16th?
Today's
It's
the
only 5
16th.
days. I already ate. I already drank cereal. Like ate and drank the cereal earlier. I finished our Cocoa Puffs.
That's bad.
Well,
That's
it's
real
gonna get
bad.
worse later.
Smell it. Tell the viewers what you think of it.
Yeah, that's definitely bad.
See,
Are you sure?
It's on the cusp.
I knew I wasn't crazy.
It's starting to sour.
Like this movie.
No, we didn't even get into the movie
Yeah.
yet.
I was just trying to bring it in.
No.
You know.
So we would both agree that the milk is going sour.
All I'm saying is I already drank and ate it, so I'm not dead yet. Yes.
Well, you're gonna get the
It ain't
shits
gonna-
later.
No, it won't hurt you like that. What do you think cottage cheese is?
Yeah, but they like do a whole process with that.
Yeah, the processed milk.
Okay.
They curdle it.
So wait, am I okay to give this a Zachy thing?
No.
No, not at all. All right, everybody. Chris will be back next week. Thank you for coming on.
We'll check back with that milk.
Problem?
We should leave the milk in there and review the milk next week. High Octane, Episode 2, came out May 16, 2002. Had a $120 million budget, ended up bringing in $694 million.
Which one was the low one that people didn't really like as far as box office? Was it this one or?
I don't know. I don't have my notes. Wait, I do.
Because there
from
was
episode
definitely
1.
a drop. Maybe I think maybe Phantom Menace was the one that was selling really good. That hit billions, right? 1.2 billion.
Yeah,
last
that's
time?
right.
This one was the drop off.
I think because people were expecting something more with Phantom Menace, so they all went to see it, and then they were disappointed, and then they came.
And this is where we kind of start to see everybody go.
Yeah.
But this is their love story, though.
true.
This is the part that I skipped. Like I skipped all of their shit. Watching this the second time, I was like, "This is awful. I can't. There's no chemistry. There's no fucking. I don't think he's really cool, and I just don't buy the whole relationship at this point. The way they filmed it and everything.
I agree.
think they could have done a lot better.
Absolutely.
Because even like it, I don't know if we. Well, I guess we could just jump into it. I know you got a little bit of notes left. Go ahead and fill your notes in real quick.
What I was just going to say was this was 10 years after the Phantom Menace took place. And just to kind of give a brief synopsis, the galaxy is near civil war. The planetary systems are threatening to secede from the Galactic Republic. So that's kind of where we're at. That's supposed to be the main focal point of the story. This other added shit is what's added in.
Well, this one is supposed to be the love story, though.
Like the dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think would have been cooler instead of having all that weird, creepy Anakin like creeping on her real hard, and her having all those fucking like, "Don't look at me like that. You're making me feel uncomfortable." Cut all that extra shit out and have their relationship kind of start picking up when they go to save fucking Obi-Wan, like them saving each other and like play it cool up until then. You know what I mean? I think it
I
would've
agree.
been better done, better suited that way.
Agreed.
But that's
Well-
getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Well, let's do it. What I would like to add as far as the my little animal facts here to kind of tie in with this kickassfacts.com once again comes through. Article written in December 2015. After the crawl, this is the only opening scene in any Star Wars movie in the franchise where the camera tilts down.
No, it tilted up.
Wait. Always goes down and tilted up. You saved me. Good thing this ain't live. If it was live, we do the same thing. But it tilted up. So good. Facts.
Hello.
So that's interesting. Let's talk about this. A lot of high action here in the first 30 minutes. 2 assassination attempts, man, in the first 30 minutes.
Well, I think one of them was an assassination.
Well, of the decoy.
No, because Amidala's not the queen in this one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
Holy
right.
shit. Okay,
She's
yeah.
the senator.
Yeah.
So that was, I believe that was the queen.
There you go.
I realize my handwriting's getting terrible when I'm trying to write stuff for the movie. I really don't even know what that word was.
I see Warwick.
Teheh.
Warwick Davis.
That's on the Phantom Menace one. That's classic.
So, okay. So the
Oh,
ship.
there was no danger at all. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Oh, that dude said there's no danger. I don't think there's any
Yeah.
danger. Then
Yeah.
it immediately blows
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, there's blood and body parts everywhere. I was so wrong. Nice job, Captain Typho.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I was like,
Jackass.
she's sitting there talking to Amidala. She's like, I failed you. I was like, what do you mean? You did exactly what you were supposed to do. You died.
That's true. I'm going to live on. Me and my luscious abs. She's
Well,
18.
I think
Perfect.
she's saying she failed her because that was the queen, and she died. I don't know, but she wasn't the decoy though.
Are you sure? Because there's a queen in the other scene. I
Yeah,
thought.
because that's the.
Was that the new one? Because I skipped
I'm
that part too.
assuming. Yeah,
Interesting.
I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. That could have been a decoy, but
Again,
you know,
check us with the facts.
Exactly.
It's very hard to keep attention.
It's our show. We're going to interpret it how we want to.
damn right.
I was more open-minded the first time I watched this.
Me too. Oh my God. So I watched it another time. I watched it last week, took the notes, and then I rewatched it again and took
You
a
know
lot
what I
of
think
stuff
fucked
out.
me up too? Watching everything else up to this point, and then going back and trying to rewatch this one. I was like, "Fuck!" I think
I
I
liked them.
fucked myself.
I like the prequel trilogy. I think that's what they call it, the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy. I like them all.
I think
You know what I
there's
mean?
there's moments in here. I think they can be enjoyable, but overall as movies, I think they come up short.
Interesting. I won't
This
say,
is coming from a dude that wasn't really into Star Wars
Right.
at all.
I won't say
going
it about
in, so-
Phantom Menace, but I will agree that this one is at least a little bit weaker than Phantom Menace was.
At first, like when I originally watched these 3 in a row, I thought they were each gradually got better within these first 3 movies. But now I think this one I would probably put behind Phantom Menace.
Well, the honeymoon phase is over. You were blown away with how things went that first time, but then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see.
Because I thought there was better action scenes in this one than Phantom Menace. Like I thought there was more going on,
Oh, absolutely, there was.
but there's a lot like holding this fucking movie back. And it's like I said, I think it's all the Anakin and.
You think it
Amidala
drags a
stuff.
little?
Yeah.
That whole scene of them. Well, let's not get into that. So we had our assassination, the decoy, the queen, whatever you want to call it. Let's talk about these weird centipede guys, man.
Weird centipede guys.
Like
Yeah, they
those
came in
little
through the window.
worm things.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She doesn't want me watching her.
Yeah,
But I can agree with that.
Yeah. So now we're at the point now where the Jedi Council has hired Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they thought it was a really good idea to also hire Anakin Skywalker, the prepubescent boy, who was obsessed with this woman, because they thought that he would clearly be thinking with the right head for this.
See, but that was all Palpatine's thing, though.
it's true.
Yeah, it was. So it's part of his plan to go ahead and.
But these
Urgent
fucking
close
Jedi
and
Masters and their fucking hindsight and intuition, they're so fucking. They're like, yeah, let's put this horny old teenager on the girl he likes.
Something I forgot to say when you were bringing that stuff up last time, like how Qui-Gon was just like, meh, whatever, everything's fine, is because they're arrogant. At this point, the Jedi were so arrogant.
They were mentioning that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were totally blinded by the dark side. They couldn't even see in there because everything was shadowed and shit like that, clouded or whatever. But they're arrogant because the Sith they believed were gone.
Yeah. True.
It's true.
So they're at this point they're just like, who's gonna fuck with us?
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
fair.
Yeah.
There was I just wrote this kind of stupid thing. Like I don't know what the dude's name is, but the green Jedi with the tentacles. and on his head and shit.
Kit Fisto.
Oh,
There you go. There's that scene where they're like talking to Palpatine and shit, and everyone's got a seat except him. I'm like, even as a Jedi Master, I can't get no respect.
no respect.
No respect.
Because I'm
We
green.
didn't bring enough chairs for you. Really? Really? There's only like 6 of us, man.
Speaking of the Jedi Council, Yaddle was gone.
Yeah, I didn't. I was looking for it this time. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they took that out for some reason.
It was Andy Dick's portrayal. They weren't happy with that. So you get back what you're saying was that is true. So you've got Anakin hanging out in the little foyer area, and he's telling Obi-Wan that he turned the cameras off, or she turned the cameras off because she felt uncomfortable with him watching.
Even before that, though, that's where they first kind of Anakin and
Padme.
her
Yeah.
kind of sit and talk, and like on one hand he's like, I've thought about you every day for fucking 10 years, and she's like, I ain't seen you since you were like 9.
Mm-hmm.
Annie, you're all grown up. I was like, okay.
She's like in that
Okay.
bulge.
All right. I was like, man, he's sitting
They
there.
also mentioned like right after he said that she turned the camera off because she didn't. I guess she didn't want me watching.
Yeah.
Also, it was her idea, this whole thing, and don't worry because I know everything's going on in there. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah. So
Why
she-
even have that
he could
first
just
line?
picture her.
yeah.
Twiddling
But why
her-
even have that first line if this was all planned?
Yeah.
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah, I got
See,
what you're
well,
saying.
then she had R2 kind of just sitting there. I guess like, do you see like
had
those
that
things
grid.
on the like a grid
He
on
was
the
live
floor.
casting the footage to Anakin. He's like, "Ugh." I just imagine him just fucking jacking off so like aggressively, like just
Padme!
right, exactly.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure. You know he's creeping hard, dude. Like it's really bad.
the skin's tearing, Obi-Wan.
But then it's
The Force.
like it's got that grid on the floor, and then those things just slither in. I was like, what? They're on the floor. Why aren't you picking this up?
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
It's because it was like a little bit over. Because they fell past right in between.
But
the
shouldn't he
grid.
have been able to feel that as soon as they came in, or
Well,
like at
don't
least
forget.
that droid? And
I
shit?
thought the
Something.
same thing.
Why does it have to be right by her face? Only I'm coming on her face. Get away.
Fucking, you realize how smart those things were also?
Yeah,
for
because they
being
stopped.
insects,
they hid like behind the bed for
and
a
then when
second,
R2,
and they
yeah,
knew
it was-
exactly where to go. I was
Yep.
like, this is the worst way to try and kill somebody.
Yeah,
Well, just like on your phone, like you always want to do your software updates between 2 and 3. That's what R2 was doing. That's why he didn't sense it. He was just powering up.
This is why it's kind of like falls into the movie territory. Like, just have that robot either shoot the fucking princess or whatever she is now, the senator, or drop a fucking bomb in there and run. Get the fuck
Right.
out of there. Why do you?
Yeah.
What are we leaving it up to these worms?
It just like insert that.
We got worms.
They got worms. I was gonna say insert that Austin Powers. You just don't get it, do you, Scott? They've got another movie that they have to stretch this shit out with, man.
I have a gun in my bag. I will go get it. We could pop them right there. Shit.
The to go with this, so this is all happening, right? Annie tells Obi-Wan, "Oh, I can sense if something goes wrong." You automatically see a completely different dynamic between Obi-Wan and Annie, because if that was with Qui-Gon, that shit wouldn't have went down.
Oh, like when they're sitting there actually like sitting across talking about the plan. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
why?
Right.
Motherfucker.
Right.
Bitch slapped him. Jesus, this
Yeah.
fucking. I
Yeah.
know he's supposed to. Maybe they're kind of playing on the whole he's a teenager and
Right.
kind of like the angst, but it just comes off annoying. You know,
I
what
am
mean?
Groot.
A little too much.
he does the same thing with Padme later on.
Yeah.
So he's not even a Jedi. Hey, hold up, hold
I'm gonna
up.
be the most powerful Jedi ever.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Nobody will have to die except for the people I kill.
so I kind of felt bad for Obi-Wan, because he had to he was essentially raising him at this point and dealing with this kind of
Yeah,
attitude.
they actually made the comments like, you're like a father to me. Like, he's done that twice in this movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you kind of missed it at the
Right
end of the
after
third
he was
one.
dissing him.
Right.
He's holding me back,
Dude, as
He's
soon
like
as
my
soon as
father.
Obi-Wan leaves the fucking room, this dude is like, fuck this guy. He doesn't listen to me, blah, 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 whining like a little teenage bitch. And then like, Obi-Wan, you know, you're my master. Yes, master. Blah, blah, blah.
Daddy doesn't love me. So we find out that these little wormy guys was planted there from Zam Wissel, who is a bounty hunter who's hired by Jango Fett.
shapeshifter.
Yes,
Yeah, who didn't
absolutely.
shape any shifts at all. Like, not at all. She didn't shift
Yeah,
her shape
you
one
would figure
time.
she would go inside that bar
And
and, change.
I thought that was it would have been such a cool idea to have him shift into whatever, like you don't know where it's coming from, and let him use some part of the fucking force. Like
Yeah.
there's something drawing me to this person, like, and then I fucking catch him right before Obi-Wan gets killed. But Obi-Wan saves the day anyway, right?
Yep.
Cut the fucking arm off. Like,
true.
you're a terrible shapeshifter and a bounty hunter. He
He's-
should have died fucking 15 minutes ago.
Obi-Wan, like, they go in the bar, right? And so he's just, calming Annie down. He's like, think about it. He came in here to hide. He's not running. He's hiding. So pretty much Obi-Wan is essentially going to get a drink, and he's like, hey, Annie, get me some chicken strips, too, or some potato skins. I'm going to sit here. You know what I mean? He has him go do the bidding, but it was a good training exercise because Obi-Wan knew. You know what I mean? He knew what was going on.
That's a cool idea. He's the one that does it. Like, he's sitting there, like, Anakin's going around, looking around. He's got no fucking idea.
It's making it look like she's behind Anakin too.
You know, who are you looking for? Because you don't even know what you barely got a glimpse of her.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, it did shapeshift when Anakin landed on top of the whatever the little fucking
the Jetsons thing.
Yeah, when she went like that, it changed into like creature.
Did it just shift for a second? Or
Yeah,
did
It was real quick.
it changed and it turned back into her.
awful.
So,
It was enough to let you know that.
Yeah.
Just so you know, because we're not making this very clear.
No, not at all. Yeah, please follow along with us.
But then once they drag the fucking thing outside, like it's dying right there. Like they still have no idea. Like there's no sense that fucking somebody's gonna come shoot the poison dart into her neck. Like if I was Django, I'd have fucking threw a bomb right there and I'd kill all three of them
right.
again.
Right.
Problem solved.
The fuck is going on here?
Oh, that's good stuff.
But you
he didn't want any death
Movies.
sticks.
I'm sure it's a Palpatine theory. Like
Oh yeah, that's true though, because Palpatine wanted Anakin.
That's
so.
true. So we find that out. What do? A little bit of bullshit here, a little bit of Annie. Don't look at me, with Padme.
Make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. She's like kind of like lifting up, like.
We were talking about this yesterday. She was fucking fine in this movie.
Wait a minute. Wait.
she was.
Was
Save it
she
for later?
18 at this point?
She's
20
4 years older than me.
Okay, so even in the Star Wars universe, she was over 18.
She
mean
was
like in the
16.
movie?
She was
Yeah, in the
16
movie.
in the first movie.
she's got to be
Okay.
Oh, so she's 26, right? 10
Now?
years? In movie terms.
Hold on.
Because she was
no,
16
she
in
was
Phantom
her,
Menace, or
her
is she
character
16
was
right here?
14. Her real age was 16.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to double check because I didn't want to be a
Okay.
creep. Like,
Yeah.
she was
Okay.
fine.
So
Wait,
yeah,
hold on.
now
wait.
we can say
Hey, even
then
if
yes.
even
But
if
she's
even if I'm
she's
saying,
older than me though.
Even
so.
if I'm saying she's fine, I was 16 when this originally came
Exactly.
out.
That's
and
what I'm
my
getting at.
mind is still catch. Like if I were to fuck her now, we'd be okay. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
No weirdness here.
The movie didn't age, but we did. She's, okay.
Black Swan, watch it.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Yes.
I put
Where we
Yoda
at?
really isn't like as fun or personal as he is in the other movies.
Because he's all CGI in this one.
Yes. Fact number 2.
You're
The
welcome.
first Star Wars movie where he was completely CGI'd.
Because Yoda's always my favorite parts in the movies, and I still like him
I love
even
Yoda.
in the original ones, but it just he doesn't have he doesn't play as much. You
I
know?
cannot wait until we get to episode 5 and be like, what the fuck was that guy smoking
Yeah,
before
for
Luke
Dude, I,
landed?
like when I went and watched it, I was like, I don't remember him being this fucking crazy, and I loved it. I was like, this is funny shit.
If you guys haven't seen it, watch that Seagulls music video with Yoda. Fantastic.
And then I still don't know who those other fuckface Jedi are. Annie is unlikable in this movie, and I think it's not so much Hayden Christensen that I have a problem with. I just don't like the way they let him be portrayed.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, do you think I'm really upset that Robert Zemeckis, Ron Howard, and even Steven Spielberg didn't step in to direct these movies? He needed at least Lucas needed one more person to just kind of bounce these ideas off of. I think that all these first 3 films suffer from it.
That's a good point.
Possibly.
Yeah. This one was too emotionally heavy for a Star
Because
Wars
there's a
movie.
lot of good ideas here, or like just to build up to what we're gonna get into, and I just don't think maybe it's just too much for one dude to fucking do.
Exactly. Like
Like-
Ivan said, this was the love story. But I felt it was a little bit too thick at times because you're not really wanting to
They
watch.
just didn't have any chemistry at all
No.
until he just ended up touching her back when they finally get to Naboo, and he's just like, I guess we're just gonna kiss now. Oh, I
Exactly.
shouldn't have done that. Well, you didn't feel like you were gonna lead up to that at all.
There was nothing in their personal relationships throughout that point to bring them closer. Nothing
Exactly.
dramatic.
That's why I
happened.
think just let him be the bodyguard for these first few scenes. You could cut down on all those scenes where they're in Naboo, like just have a few things here and there, just how they get there. Him kind of back and forth a little bit. Just nothing creepy yet.
Exactly.
And then just let them go to fucking save Obi-Wan and have them like saving each other's ass and fighting each other.
And then have that scene right before they ride out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
He's like, you need to stay here. My masters told me not to go save Obi-Wan. She's like, fuck that, we're going. That
That was
cool.
awesome.
That'd been a cool little thing.
Yep. I'm glad
They
that
touched
she
on it a
did
little bit, but then like it just, man.
It was quick. That's all it
Yeah.
was. Yep. You could see that conflict already building up, but there was conflict already, obviously.
And then he's riding on some fucking wild animal in like the field somewhere. It's like,
Oh my
dude,
God.
you guys couldn't somebody take her out in the field? Like it's a horrible place to be at, right?
Exactly. Well, they're the most vulnerable in the field. That whole frolicking scene was like 20 minutes way too long.
Dude, like if that's a scene on like Pornhub, I'm totally in. You know what I mean?
Oh man, no,
because
because
she had her hair all like done up, kind of cool, and
she looked really good in that scene.
Yeah.
The light was just hitting her in the right way. You know? Fucking, they had a charcuterie board. You know, they had like wines and grape snacks. You know, the thing about The Bodyguard, the movie The Bodyguard.
the one with Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
and Whitney Houston.
yeah. Costner developed that relationship with Whitney Houston as the movie went on,
I
so
ain't seen
it made
so I'm gonna
sense.
take your
They
word.
had a whole movie though.
But dude,
That's true.
to bring this back to Star Wars, Lawrence Kasdan wrote that shit, right? The Bodyguard. Like he sold that shit in 1978, and they didn't make it until fucking like 90.
No way.
Look that shit up.
I'll have to check
I
it
might
out.
be crazy, but I'm almost positive like that shit happened.
It's a good good
weird,
fact
right?
you got there. Yeah,
But
I never knew.
Now that we're even talking about like the directors and stuff, because even like those original 3, like Irvin Kershner directed the second one. I don't know who did the third one.
Either. That's your bag. I'm not. You come to me with the director's facts.
You know, it makes sense. Like, let him do the fucking, just oversee the shit and let everybody else, like, play their parts and do their jobs.
I got you. Yeah, and it's funny, like, now talking this out, because I had a feeling I was coming over here. I was like, I think we're all going to say that had a good idea, but there's just a lot of dead parts. But the action parts were fucking sweet.
Yeah, this movie's packed with them.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. That's why I originally thought it was going to be better.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
it's just so, like, if you just cut, like, the excess stuff out.
There's a lot
Trim
of
the
that.
fat.
Could have got
Trim
there.
the fat. All right, so unless you guys don't have anything to add, bullshit. We find out Ocean Planet of Camino is not in the Jedi archives, so we know something's fucked up, right? Someone's hiding
They find
something.
that out through the dart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it was a 1950s diner. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Retro, man, retro.
Yeah.
That's cool. We don't even have those over here.
There was
Yeah, we
no
Do we?
what
Yeah, there's that
Like a 50s diner?
that hamburger one on Indy.
minor done.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, I don't think it's like 50s.
I haven't been to minor done in a very long time.
My dad
I've
used
never
to go
been there.
all
I
the
just
time.
drive by and it says like something since whatever.
It's not as 50s as I would want it to be.
He wants fucking ladies coming out with the oval shaped
Here's the
glasses. What you want, hon? But yeah, Dax, man, he seemed pretty cool. I wish there was more of a story of who
So
that
that's
guy
that
was.
dude's name, right?
Yes, I believe
His
so.
little informant.
Yeah, a little sweaty ass informant.
Yeah, he tells him about Camino and then like blah blah blah. Then he ends up going to. Is this where he goes? No, he goes to the library first, right, or the temple or whatever. Like, I must not be there.
There's a gravity pull.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
And then the kid's like, somebody erased
yeah,
it.
like
Idiot.
he puts fucking like he goes to Yoda because he can't figure this shit out to save his life, even though he's a Jedi master and he's gonna train the most powerful Jedi in the world. But he goes to fucking Yoda and he's like, younglings. And then like, why would this be? And then it's like, oh, because somebody fucking erased it, dipshit. And like, what is going on here? You're Obi-Wan Kenobi, dude. What's going on?
Something else too. The younglings.
Yeah.
Ahsoka. I can't think of what race she hers. I think it starts with a T or something like that. But there's like a little Ahsoka there. It's not really her, but only in the front view. When they do the side view, it's a little boy standing where she is, and then they do the front view, it's her. And it's just I was like, let me rewind that. Yep, she's totally not
I
there.
have to check that out again.
Yeah, me too.
That's weird.
Random fact: the Jedi archives were modeled after the Trinity College in Dublin.
Saw that. Yeah, they had the side by side picture.
Yeah. I was like, huh, I don't know what this is, and I'm never going to know what this is. Then I'm going to say it on the show. All right, so bullshit, right? More flirting, more grab ass, more furious masturbation from Anakin, trying to get his frustrations out. Deleted scene where Annie is smelling Padme's clothing, gets caught because Obi-Wan sensed it. You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, must have been
I
on
think
the-
you got the special copy.
Yeah, the VHS copy of it, man. Okay, so bullshit. Anakin is still very troubled. He's got a lot of shit going on with his mom. He's worried about her. Council's still worried about him, so on and so forth.
It's been 10 years, and they're still like, I don't know if we made the right decision here, man.
Right? Yeah.
Shut the fuck up now. You already let it happen.
Exactly. So we see Anakin go to Tatooine with Padme,
Yeah.
where Obi-Wan goes to the ocean planet.
Ocean
planet, listening to Gojira on the way up there. And Obi-Wan, he thinks that Annie is on Naboo.
Yes.
And so he's like, oh, that fucking piece of shit.
I knew it.
Right?
Is it weird that like he has nothing, like no idea about this planet, but he ends up exactly where he needs to be?
Exactly. Just lands.
Wait, who?
Obi-Wan.
He followed Django there.
Oh.
No, that's after though. That's
No,
when-
he followed Django. Wait, what? The ocean
No,
planet?
because that's where he meets. Ocean planet. Because that's where he meets Django.
Oh,
Yeah.
he knows where it's at because the gravity pull. The
No, I
stars
know
and
he
all that
knows where the
stuff.
planet is, but I imagine it's like it didn't seem like there was anything on the planet other than water and. Like,
Oh,
these
I
few
got
things,
you.
know
I
what mean?
got you. He okay.
You know?
It's
Top
like
down the highway.
They
essentially.
trim the fat of him surveying.
Yeah.
Exactly. They don't need that. You know what? Like George Lucas, like, yeah, you know what? Let's go more frolic scene and less Obi-Wan navigating.
Yeah.
Like cool ways that he could use.
But
the Force
there's the
to figure it
droid
out or
too,
Yeah.
though.
something.
The droid probably.
Oh, R4.
Senses like there's
Yeah.
power surges in this quadrant.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, R4.
Thank you.
We'll fill in the blanks ourselves.
Yep.
George. Don't worry about it.
Back and forth was a bit much. Okay.
Well,
yada,
it's weird because they
yada.
give him every fucking thing that he didn't ask for. Like we don't see Obi-Wan playing it smooth. Like,
Nope.
yes, I'm here to check up on the army or whatever. Like, trying to figure it out. They're just like, you're not that guy, but he must have sent you. So let's tell you everything.
Yeah.
Do you think that was the plan though, to not hide it, so he could just figure that shit out? Because it was too late at that point. What are you gonna do?
No, I just don't like it.
What do you mean?
Like Obi-Wan walks in, they're not like, who
are
sent you?
you?
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like, your army is ready. Like,
Well,
Jesus Christ.
those people ain't bad guys though.
Right.
they were the neutral party that
'Cause
essentially
he
were
technically-
hired to.
The Jedis are making this for the fucking council.
Right.
But I think, maybe, just kind of hide your facts a little bit, man. Don't be shouting that shit out to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who are you? Nah, come on in. Check this out. Come here. You see
Yeah.
this? That's
You
for
see
you.
what we did.
It's all from one guy.
Right?
Jesus. I was like, do you think this is where Tim Burton got the idea for the Oompa Loompas and Charlie
Oh,
and the Chocolate Factory? Let's just do that.
Just use that one guy.
I would like to note that Ian McGregor did a very good job of walking with a completely soaked robe, walking around like that. That
like-
shit was drenched. Yeah, exactly.
This is awful.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And then that whole uncomfortable exchange between Obi-Wan and Jango Fett was kind of like, no, fuck you. No, you have a great day. No, you have a great day. I will.
I
Please
know
come
you were
again.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Prove it, asshole.
It just felt really, really. That was forced.
And then the scenes where you see all the clones and they grow them and you find out that they got a expedited like age thing. And
Right.
then he saved one, which turns out to be Boba Fett because he wanted a son for some reason, which is cool. And then something else happens here. Maybe it's just when we get into the fighting and stuff.
Between Obi-Wan and Jango?
I think so, yeah.
That was pretty sweet. That was a badass scene. Going to your thing about the action. That scene was.
I just don't
great.
understand why Obi-Wan does not have that fucking thing in his hand. Like, he loses it all the time. As soon as it fucking flies over there, whoosh, got it. Not a big fucking deal.
Right.
Every fucking time. Like, even then, I feel like there's so much things he could use with this force pull, and he never does it.
Right.
Everybody else, like, you got Mace Windu, like, doing crazy jumps and shit, but that might
Well-
just because he's black.
Also, there's different strengths too. With the Force, like everybody has their thing in the Force. Like not all of them could like percept things. Not all of them have that good of a pull or a Force push or whatever.
Maybe it was raining. The force couldn't go through
It
the
slipped,
sheer.
like the force slipped out of his hand.
Yeah.
There
It's
you go.
okay. No big deal.
But not only that, Django did a good job of keeping them from getting it too,
It's true.
because Mandalorians were trained to fight Jedi, and so he was an ex-Mandalorian. He got kicked out of the group, I guess, something like that.
He didn't follow the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
I kind of
Do you know the way?
hate their ship though,
The
You
slave
hate
one.
Slave One?
Yeah.
What?
because it's like a hairbrush flying through space.
Classic, dude.
It just seems like the worst kind of like, how things are supposed to be aerodynamic and shit. Well, it's the opposite of that.
Well, it's
pretty
aerodynamic.
bulky.
It's still rounded.
It just seems like an awkward thing to like, especially when they're going through that asteroid and shit. It's like I feel like you're gonna hit some things here and there. I don't think.
Well,
you're
look
as
at
small as
the
you think.
Falcon.
Yeah,
It's the fastest.
like a big-ass frisbee.
Man.
I just like even when Boba Fett's like in there fucking sitting like
It seems awkward to sit in.
He's
when-
got to sit
yeah.
up like this so they can take off.
Yeah.
But then he had to stand on his seat to like shoot him with the fucking things. I just thought it was so weird.
That is true. I'm impartial. I just love that ship.
I just think
Yeah, I do
people
too.
like it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
It's
it's
Boba Fett thing.
Exactly. Obi-Wan's holding his own, man. You know what I mean? It's fucking pouring rain, and he's falling
How
off the
fucking
side
quick
and
did
shit.
he get back up there? After
Really
they fall
fast.
off the side.
Yeah.
I loved how he took the elevator back up. He's like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Don't worry about it.
The music's.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I love this song.
Did you guys notice, and I didn't see it, apparently...
He hit his head too, Django. When he got in the ship, he's like, "Dink," and
God damn
that
it.
was a shout out to the stormtrooper from the
Oh, really?
original trilogy that bumped his head.
That's funny.
Is that what you're about to
Yep,
say? Sorry.
absolutely. No, you're good. You're good. This is nice. I like when it's like kind of like a group project and everybody does their part of it. So I'm like, meh.
I actually saw that in the movie when I was doing my research.
Did you?
I came across it because I was like, did he hit his head? Rewind it, and I was like, oh, he did.
I was on my laptop. You know me, I have fat digits, so it's hard for me to scroll on my laptop. So I was like, somebody probably saw it. So here, let's kind of like go to Obi-Wan, like getting his face like punched in repeatedly by Django. And here you got Annie and Padme rolling down the hill and just having fun. And I just thought that was kind of fucked up a
Getting
little
his
bit.
dick wet?
Yep, he was trying to get his. Well, wait, did he get his dick wet on the hill?
I don't know.
No.
I would assume if they were going to, but I don't know if they did it.
It was a
Yeah.
dry hump. We would all have to agree. There was some grinding,
His
probably.
pants were soaked.
She's like, Jesus, Annie, already?
10 years. Give me a break.
There's so many sores on it. I've been thinking about you.
Do they all look like that?
Yes. they
Oh no! Apparently, she was with an artist a long time ago. So.
did. Hmm.
It is true.
Mm. Mm.
Well,
You mean the guy from the beaver picture? The artist. Which one is log jamming? All right, so
Let me
Annie.
guess he fixes her cable.
Right, best movie ever. So Annie's on this mission to find his mom, right? He goes and sees Watu, and he looks like he's just sitting in a pile of his own shit. Hey, Annie.
Hey, you wanna go
flies
collect
going
some,
around and shit.
Young Annie. Annie? I got some guys that owe me some money. You want to go, you want to track that down for me for old time's sake?
Right. He's just like a deadbeat dad that you haven't
Yeah.
seen in a long
Yeah,
time.
for real.
Yeah. So obviously,
Find out it sells the mom.
yeah.
Turns out it worked out pretty well for her for a while.
Was the dude's name Lars?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
the kid was, right?
The
No,
dad was
That's
Lars.
their last name.
No, the dead. Oh, yeah, that's true.
The dad
Okay.
Lars was the husband. It was this is
Clegg.
this is
Clegg.
Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen that we meet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then
they're young.
the dude that married her is Clegg.
Clegg Lars. Yes. He's like,
Sounds like a hillbilly
so,
from Tatooine.
what if it was Lars Ulrich?
Dude,
So,
I would love
Annie,
this movie so much more. I would forgive it for everything.
Him, you could just imagine like Lars standing there in his underwear in the black little cutoff. Yeah. So what happened was
I sold one of my paintings and I bought her. She's
I hurt
been-
my
she's been real
leg.
good to me.
but that's why I couldn't go find her. That's just probably what happened. Explain to me why this guy is married to her and he's just like, oh, my leg, I couldn't go find her. Like, you fucking
Now you got a
serious?
scooter. You won't get tired.
Right?
Dude, like that was a cool looking scooter. I was like, you don't have to do nothing, dude. You just,
And I've been
And
using my
what
legs like
about-
a sucker.
What about them?
Mhm.
You know, couldn't they have like gone or something? Or
Well, they
got-
were probably not. They probably didn't have jobs. They were probably living off of Lars's social security check per month from the Republic. Lazy. Get a fucking job in space, you space bumps.
It's like, yeah, it does seem like we tried that one day, and then
No,
like,
they tried for like months or something like
is that what he
'cause
said?
it-
She's
like,
only been gone a month. I did.
So, was
hear
it
that
a month?
third- yeah,
Okay.
she was taken a month ago. Annie, give it up. She's dead.
Okay.
Right?
We tried.
Let me show you how this is done.
Oh man.
So understandably, Annie's pissed. He goes out, runs into some Jawas, probably sells some pairs of underwear of Padme's to the Jawas.
Jawas?
Your TV. Yeah. When they were showing that little montage, he's just like talking or whatever.
They talking about the ones that kidnapped her. I was like, dude, no.
No. So we go to the Tusken Raider village, right? He somehow knows the exact hut that she's in.
See, I wish
Well,
they
you
would
could
just kind
censor.
of explain, like, but it would be so much better from a storyteller perspective to kind of see, like, if he was following tracks here and there, and like, oh, so the camp's gonna lead that way, I'm going this way, and then let him do like one of them, like, and feel
Right.
his mom or something. Just any kind of fucking thing. You
Right.
got so
Exactly.
much exposition. Just give us the cool shit.
Maybe he's just used to people just making up the story on their own because he's so fed up now.
That's actually probably works out better for him because
Right.
like people are like us are like, but yeah, it could be this thing though.
Like, really? He had time to stop and go like this, knew where his mom was? Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Insert that video, that famous video that I sent you guys the other day of that guy, that little Danny DeVito guy yelling at the guy for playing the trumpet. Who the fuck are you? I walked Bob Dylan out on stage. That's us. Like, who the fuck are you? Just going through this. Oh, you're watching a review from fucking 15 years ago.
So he finds her, and they got her like tied. Were they just using her as like sex slave? Just like, man.
That's the vibe that I kind of got.
She was in that position, like open wide.
Yeah.
Shmee. But she just had like cuts on her thing. Like, were they stabbing her? Did they not feed her? He just got there in time.
There was this thing I read that Palpatine or Dooku hired them to take her.
See, why couldn't we get explanation of that or something?
I think it
may
be in a book or something like that.
Well, it was off of kickassfacts.com. I had that.
Really?
For a fact, but that's fine.
Also, when he starts going crazy, when they show Yoda and Yoda's sensing all this happening, you hear Qui-Gon.
Dude, I wrote that down.
You hear Qui-Gon.
Because I
He's
wouldn't
like, Annie, no!
I wouldn't have known if I wasn't watching with subtitles. I just thought it was like somebody shouting Anakin. If I didn't see Qui-Gon shouting blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
And that
know.
was from his Force spirit
Yeah.
talking to Anakin from beyond.
He's like having a fucking L's beef sandwich. No, don't do it.
Nobody could have saw this coming. No, you're going to make me look stupid.
You're supposed to be the chosen one. You're my brother.
So my first highlighted thing here is I said that, once he breaks the news to Padme what had happened.
Like, he's sitting there, he's just like, I've always been good at fixing things, blah, blah, blah. So I couldn't fix my mom. I was waiting for him to say I couldn't fix my mom. But it's like I couldn't save her. It's like, he makes more like statements like, I wasn't strong enough to save her. It's like, no, dude, you were strong enough. You wiped out that whole fucking village.
Exactly.
It's
You're
a matter.
just late.
You're just bad at timing.
He's just bad at
late.
timing. He had said that he will always find a way to prevent the death of his loved ones.
Like, did he say loved ones in there though?
That's what I put.
Because I remember him saying something about like nobody will I'm gonna make it to where nobody has to die or something, or I'm
He
gonna
does say
keep
that.
people from dying or something.
But I think he did say that as well.
So, gentlemen, I ask you to raise your jazz hands with me as we go into our first foreshadowing. It's our first foreshadowing here. They start laying it on real thick in the last half
no,
of this
not
movie.
Even. Technically, cause I skipped over this while we were going when we were talking about Obi and them in the little cantina or bar area. There's foreshadowing like let's see here. Obi wants Anakin, you're embarrassing me from no. So that was the other part. Never mind. He says Anakin, you're gonna be the death of me, or you're going to be the death of me. He's like,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
He does
and
say
right
that.
immediately after that, he's like, you're gonna.
Well, I got the
you're
feeling
like
you're going to be the death of me.
He's like, don't say that. You're like a father to me. So I missed out on that part. My fault.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, actually,
Excuse me.
Vader,
Jazz hands.
Vader
Shut
didn't actually kill him. He kind of killed himself.
It almost seemed like you're right. Like he was kind of surrendering.
No, he didn't even do that because if like in the new movies.
Whoa! Spoiler alert.
Okay,
We are on episode 2, both
right.
of you.
Gentlemen, fair enough.
Jesus Christ.
To be continued.
That's the 1977 movie. We're like in 1940, if you're thinking about it. But no, we can't talk about that.
Okay, to be continued.
Jesus Christ. There's somebody that's like,
I've been waiting for this specific moment in time to watch all these. I've been waiting for Disney Plus my whole life.
wasted attention, man. They got 40 followers. Now's the time to jump on.
Yes.
Please subscribe.
Just talk to us. We're lonely.
Right?
We like to talk to people about nerdy things.
So I'd also like to talk to you while he is on Tatooine. They're getting ready to leave, and Anakin makes that statement where he says that he hates sand. It's coarse and it's everywhere.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I skipped through
Yep.
most of that. My
So,
bad.
gentlemen, this is another foreshadowing event. And if you don't know it yet, you will in episode 3. But that's a foreshadowing event. Is how he talks about how much he hates sand.
Is that why he ends up on the sand?
Oh, he didn't end up on the sand. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
Anyways, Ivan. So
It's in my room.
what do we got going on here? We have the Geonosis separatists all gathering up.
Oh, hey, hold. Time
Yeah.
out real quick.
Yeah.
Now, is Sifo Dyas, is that Dooku?
Oh,
No.
that
Is
is
that?
Sidious. Wait, no. Fuck.
He's someone else that died.
Yes.
'Cause I
Darth
thought-
Plagueis the Wise.
Because this is where it started to kind of lose me. I was like, maybe I didn't follow this right the first time. Because I thought maybe Sifo Dyas was the Dooku.
Dooku is Tyrannus
Okay. Tyrannus. Okay.
or Tyrannus. How they
Because
say?
there's when he's man, maybe I'm jumping a little too soon, but when they finally do catch Annie's, or not Annie, but Obi, and he's in that little thing being held up, like they have that kind of back and forth, and I was like, I always thought Dooku was hired by Palpatine, like with following him or something. That's what I took from it the first time I watched it, but I was like, man, maybe he separated himself from the Jedi and would put all this shit into play with the clones and all that because he knew Sidious was coming up, and nobody else maybe wanted to believe him, or maybe they
Because
thought
he spills it about the senators and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah, it was like he knows all the shit, and like when I first watched it, I thought it was because he was like in cahoots with fucking Sidious, but I was like, maybe he was just on track of him, and like he needed proof to show the other guys, and he set all this shit up, and I thought,
I could see that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because he wasn't really affiliated with any party in this whole thing yet.
Yeah,
he was just
I
on
thought
in the now.
I thought he was just a bad guy.
Yeah.
Let me
That's how
see
they
if I
portrayed it,
see-
certainly. And what a badass character to have such a short amount of time, man. That's the same
Yeah.
thing. The Maul effect. Random fact, I don't know if you have this or knew about it, but in the Count Dooku battle scenes with the rehearsals, they used a Yoda
Vampire Fang.
with the vampire fangs. Hell yeah, man. And that was a tribute to Dracula 1952, Christopher Lee. R.A.P. Christopher Lee's awesome, man.
Yeah, he was badass.
He was 78 in this movie.
Was he really?
Damn.
Wow. He was a metalhead, too.
Yeah.
There's a ton of
Yeah,
articles, but
he's
yeah.
in a few albums.
Yeah. All right, so I apologize because I'm pretty sure we're not getting as deep into the whole political thing, all the shit going on in the movie.
The Trade Federation.
They went
Yeah.
through 4 trials with that one Trade Federation dude. I can't think of his name right now. 4 trials.
The gun
He's-
dude.
Yes. He's obviously guilty. So you know some shit's going on. How does nobody notice anything's happening?
And he has it in for Padme pretty hard. He's
Yes.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you got a lot of problems. I don't think she single-handedly took you down, bro.
And with
Yeah.
all these fucking droids around, they didn't record anything he said ever and use that as evidence?
There's a kangaroo court in space, man.
Dude.
Well, 4 trials already is more than. Never mind. We're not going to get into that. Right? We're not going to do that. So our
Collusion!
our clone army is being utilized right now. So shit's about to pop off, man. They're talking about Jesus Christ, Jar Jar, trying to vote against that supreme power, giving Palpatine ultimate
like
control.
They wanted to give him
Check-
the emergency something, whatever they called
Oh,
it.
I forgot to mention, too. When I mentioned Darth Tyrannus, when Obi-Wan was first talking to Jango, he asked him if he met with that one dude who you asked if was Dooku.
Sifo, yes,
Yes.
or whatever.
And he's like, no, I
Sifo.
was brought in by Tyrannus, which was Count Dooku.
Oh, really? Okay.
But also, did Palpatine mind trick? I almost poked myself in the eye. Mind trick Jar Jar into saying all that stuff?
Makes sense.
Because when he was talking about having one ruler, he kind of gave Jar Jar a look, and Jar Jar kind of reacted a little funny.
Because the whole idea was they needed Amidala there because she had the sway and the influence. And I wonder, like, even if you get Jar Jar to say what he said, like, how do you get everybody on your side? Because it seemed like
Well, everybody's already on his ass.
who the
Like, he's popular as shit.
the Palpatine dude?
Palpatine.
Okay. I guess it didn't matter if he had Padme or not. Then.
Yeah, exactly. You knew this shit was going to happen either way. It was just how was it going to get to that point and look legit, you know? More bullshit, right? Court stuff. Obi-Wan finally finds out what's going on with Annie.
Those aliens, when they announce him, they're like,
right.
E.T. didn't make this one.
No, he did not, unfortunately. He did make the recent Comcast commercial.
Yes.
though. That's
Which
so-
Dude, I hope they make that into a movie. That'll be fantastic.
So we're talking about getting shit rolling, right? Things are starting really to get nice and hot.
Yeah, we started getting going. Is this the executions part?
Yeah, get to the
well, we got to go through the assembly line.
Also, some funny dude who played Obi-Wan. He had a
Original
cut.
guy?
No, the I don't know his
Ian
name.
McGregor. This
Yes.
guy?
Oh, the actual actor.
Yes. He was wearing a wig in that scene where he's like floating.
Really?
Was
Yes, because he was in the some war movie, which escapes me right now, where he had to
Black
shave.
Hawk Down?
Yes, he had to shave and cut his hair for the movie, and he had to come like do some extra scenes, and that was one of them where they had to put a wig on him and shit.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So take us through the assembly line. What's going on?
Well, they picked the worst place to infiltrate as far as the space is concerned. Like, let's just follow this path down. Like, they had no idea all these bugs were behind them. And then there's this platform that's not really a platform that kind of retracts, apparently, and just traps people down there. I guess that happens all the time.
Oh, we totally
OSHA
skipped
problems.
the Django and Obi-Wan thing.
What?
When he's following
Oh, when they're
them.
following them?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Those fucking
Seismic bombs?
yes,
I like that. That was
cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And also, that's supposedly where Boba, how Obi-Wan hit on the asteroid.
Yeah, there's something
Boba
about
does
it,
the
yeah.
same thing to Solo.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Now we can go. I'm done.
Fuck, and this is extremely hard to like. Even though we've seen this movie recently, but to walk you through it scene by scene, you're like, "Oh shit, we've messed that," or
Yeah.
"Fuck that." So we apologize, but whatever.
Just rambling.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Rambling man. So we're in the droid factory. Padme gets all fucking willy nilly in the little
Oh, yeah.
cup
Like,
thing, and
yeah, she just, yeah. This is one I skipped around a little bit, too.
it wasn't really that interesting.
It goes, like, it's interesting, but, like, it kind of goes on a while.
Yeah.
Because
And how lucky was Anakin? Seriously.
Mhm.
That was just in the shape of an arm.
Yep, exactly.
Dude, I was like, even then, I was like, man, he probably should have lost that hand at least.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be continued.
Yep. Yep.
But it's because then you get the whole like comic relief with C-3PO and
He knocks
switching the
his
hands
ass
and stuff. Yeah,
that was badass.
I was like, their heads just fit on then, huh? So you just do that sparky thing and
Yeah.
then like everything's fine. Okay,
This
cool.
huge.
It's universal.
I'm
yeah,
cool with that.
Exactly. This huge company that has been paid all millions and millions of whatever they're using couldn't sense on that assembly line that something was off with the weight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
They got to meet their quota, so they just.
Exactly. Like, just go. They've got like a space Bernie Sanders that's like, no, that's not enough time. That's not enough equal wage for everybody. Just do it. Just do it. You guys use C-3POs
Dude,
on your
even,
battle droids. Go.
Even in fucking Child's Play 2, like there's a bunch up in that the line of like somebody go fix that.
Yeah.
Not here, not in this fucking place.
No, man. It was in Chicago. That was the Chicago.
Was it really?
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Nice. That was my favorite Child's Play.
Yeah.
That
Number
was
2.
awesome.
That was a good one.
He lost his hand too.
Who? Chucky?
Because
Put
he
a
gets slammed
knife-
on the door. He's like, ah. And he
Rips
pull
it
like,
out.
rips.
Oh my god.
He replaced it with the knife though, so it's
Yeah.
cool.
I can't even remember all like the certain like I know the first one was he was thrown in the fire, right? The second one was what?
Well, he was
He gets
shot in
melted.
the first one.
Was that what it was?
Because after the fire scene, he still jumps out.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch! Fuck you!
It's time for the child to turn off YouTube.
Fucking bitch! Right, exactly.
good one.
No, we mark these as not intended for children.
Yes.
Yes, because you say the F word a lot.
A lot.
Oh,
Not
really
even-
a lot.
I should probably back off on that.
Yeah.
It needs to be here and there. It needs to be in full
Needs to be
effect.
tasteful.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Can we make it through the rest of this episode without swearing?
No.
No? All right, we're gonna try it.
I want to do it already.
Okay, so Annie lucks out with the arm. C-3PO's running around with the battle droid head
And all
on.
this goes on, and like everybody ends up in just surrounding them and taking them in anyway, right?
Exactly. So you essentially had like another pod racing scene. 40 minutes of something going on, but doesn't really lead to anything, I felt.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
So we end up in the arena, right? The Coliseum of sorts.
Yeah.
All the Jedis are like all
Because we find out like these bug people certainly like they're like Rome-esque type
Yeah.
executions and shit.
exactly. Oh, already out.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn it, I'm out.
No, that's right.
I'm out, Jerry.
So you know things are gonna really start picking up, right? Because you got Mace Windu, you've got Kit Fisto, you've got Ayla, you've got everybody ready to rock and roll, right?
Something about her. That's Twi'lek, right?
After they start
think so,
fighting,
yeah.
She was introduced in a Dark Horse comic, and Lucas liked the character so much he left her in the having
Pretty
a role.
badass.
Huh.
Yes.
because you get to this point after they kind of start doing their own thing. Like there's three, there's three like different types of animals to kill like these three people. It's like okay, seems a bit much, but okay. You're gonna get them to just take out that person and that person. They're not just It's not gonna be crazy.
You're just gonna shut the door and let them deal with it with no guard?
Yes, I'm gonna assume everything went to plan. What? You just don't get it, do you?
So funny. Yeah, let's put Padme up on top of this like pole like thing and strap her in. But she held her own though. She beat the hell out of that thing, man. Whatever you want to call it, that Cheshire cat looking like thing.
Yeah, she kicked the fuck out of it.
She did.
But it did do the most important thing.
What's that?
By ripping out the shirt, like her torso shirt.
Yeah,
so you
man.
could see those abs.
Yeah.
She was ripped for this movie, man. Like she was toned and everything.
Nice.
I remember I had one of the action figures for it, and it was like a 6-pack.
You
I was
like that,
"Jesus."
Laura?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Raid you too?
So many
So good, I can't
references.
stop.
Right? Like literally, it was the doll. Why did he have the doll in the first place? That kid.
Why not?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. All right, so they're fighting. Got some creatures going on, right? Obi-Wan's just whooping butt on everybody.
I like how Anakin used the Force to, like, get in the mind of the beast.
Mhm.
Why couldn't Obi do that to his beast?
See, that's what
It's
I was
true.
thinking, or like maybe use like his thing, like throw that little spirit thing he had, and like kind of bring it back to himself or something. So I miss like little parts like that. Like maybe
Yeah.
he's not the best with that, but I'd like
Right.
to see it utilized a little bit.
And this scene.
What is Obi-Wan's thing then?
What do you mean?
What does he do better than?
He could disappear from people's lives.
Oh, I don't know. I think at this point we're to believe that how they set it up with Episode 1, where Qui-Gon was the master and he was training Obi-Wan to be the master. To go back to what we said last week, where maybe Obi-Wan wasn't quite there. He was ready for the trials, but was he really ready? Kind of shows you now this is where Obi-Wan is at. Maybe he's not at that full potential yet. He clearly was like a dad with a teenager,
Yeah.
like winging it.
He's clearly
at times.
like the way I put it is like he's a brown belt. Brown belt.
Yeah,
You
exactly,
know what I mean?
exactly.
Not quite. Like, and then like talk about these trials. I would love to see like them do the trials, or just like this was your trial.
Have
Like,
Joe
you
Rogan
had to
host
eat-
them and shit.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
You have to eat 13 of these fucking Genoshan dicks. You can do it. You gotta eat bug dicks? Okay.
Right? I don't know. This is this easy? You know?
Nobody told me this, and like we were reading about the prophecies and shit.
I did mark in here to go back to the whole Tusken Raider thing. Right when Annie's mom died at the 1 hour 20-minute mark, 31 second, you just see that look in Annie, and that was it. You knew he snapped, man. That was it.
Yeah, and then he came back, and he was kind of cool for a while.
Well, we kind of see that duality a little bit with him, especially like kind of going in. Got to jump ahead in episode 3, but you see he's like calm, cool, and focused in this battle scene, right? He was got inside the mind of the beast. He was using the Jedi, mind tricks and all that stuff, but then he just kind of went back to doing his like, don't tie my shoes right, like, I don't know.
He's good in the moment.
Yes, he is, absolutely. We did that.
Oh, did we talk about him slaughtering children?
No, we didn't get.
No,
Oh, we
she
did.
was
Yeah,
like,
we passed that up.
Yeah, that might have been my
And she was
fault.
totally fine with that.
She's like, he's like, not only the men, but the women and the children too.
They're animals.
I felt like
Foreshadowing.
she's kind of like just washing the dishes. Like, ignoring
Foreshadowing.
them. That's fine, baby. How was your day?
She
Not
doesn't
really
listen
like.
to-
Doesn't want to hear it.
That's fine. I'd buy that.
Yeah, I think that's
Except
all
she was
it
looking right at him.
well, like it's like.
I'm just gonna. He's hot. And he's gonna someday. He's gonna be the most powerful Jedi. So I'm just gonna ignore that fact. He's a good guy. He didn't mean to hit me.
It was
No, I
my
hit the
fault. I
doorknob.
deserved it.
I
Like-
shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
She's like looking at him. She's like, do 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 do. You just
Didn't hear
replace the
that.
D's with do's.
Just gonna replace that so I can still get some of that hot dick.
So yeah, how could we not talk about Execute Order 66? Jesus.
Well, that's not even in
That's
this
not
one.
in this one.
It's not.
No.
Oh, I'm missing that part up.
That's
Fuck.
why I said foreshadow and I left it at that.
Damn it. I ruined it.
I'll beep it.
I'm out of here.
You're the one that
blew
wanted
it.
to do this.
I know.
You
No,
told
I'm
you told us
getting
we
excited.
couldn't.
No, this is the introduction of the clones when they came in.
That's right. That's right.
So they in that battle, they get surrounded.
That's right. For some reason, I was thinking the women and the children show was equating that to the
next part?
Yeah, damn it. Damn
The
it.
scenes are really similar though.
They are, man.
Like how they're going through the battle and then they're just like, anyway.
Especially with the binge that we've been on, it's
Yeah.
starting to kind of like these
Yeah,
Star Wars
everything
It
classics
morphs
are.
together.
It does, man. Morphin' time. All right, so okay, Yoda comes in with the clones, right? This is the Cody, like they're wiping out everybody. Those ships are pretty badass. The Lego set that they have, those are really, really cool.
Yeah.
I want those.
Expensive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, those Lego ones are expensive as fuck.
So there we're at, right? Did we miss anything?
That's when Mace Windu and all them come in.
Right.
He holds up the saber to Dooku's neck, but he slyly just walks backwards, and then the droids come. Then he's just like,
Django starts shooting at him, maybe?
Yeah, that too.
Do you want to talk about that? How he's getting
It's
a little
also,
ahead of
He
himself?
also has a purple lightsaber,
Yeah.
which he requested because it's his favorite color. And Lucas is like, okay.
I would have liked to have seen more different colors.
Yeah.
I'd like to see personalized stuff.
They didn't really talk about anything about the actual lightsabers and shit, or even mention anything about it until the new ones. Like what the saber crystals and shit like that. I'm like, why didn't they do this?
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I am, but I'm just saying, dead air.
It's like when we were talking about, when you asked me, we were talking about the Last Jedi a little bit in the Red Order or whatever those guys call
The
them.
Praetorian Guards.
I like how they had the different weapons, and I wish I would have seen like more. Like it would have been cool to have like some kind of force nunchucks and shit, and there was like those double-sided swords or whatever that
There's
was. Whatever they're
some
called.
chick who has, those like police batons that look like the big boss man shit.
Yeah.
There's a chick.
Is that in the newer ones? Because they got that thing that flips. Because Finn.
Oh
uses
no,
it
that's a
too.
different one.
Okay.
I think it's in the Clone Wars cartoon where there's a chick that uses one. I'll show you.
Have you watched 7, 8, or 9 yet, or no?
I think he said he's caught up.
I haven't seen the newest.
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry, not 9, but 7 and 8 you've seen?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't talk about it.
Anyway,
I want to talk about it. I just want to talk about them all.
we can
Two
chat a
months
little
from
bit
now
after.
when we get to it.
Yeah, no shit. So, all right, so Jedis come in, save the day, right?
Yeah, then they go off and fight Dooku, where they
Mhm.
chase him. Amidala gets thrown out. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I gotta go. No, you dipshit. She's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's on our side. They're gonna make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
We have to take care of this guy.
Quit being a
'cause
bitch.
I'm a fucking Jedi Master, but I can't beat this old fuck by myself.
Oh, hold on. Dooku is a master at the saber, though.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty badass.
The curvature of his hilt bothers me.
you know why?
Why?
But it can hit that
Because it
slot
throws
better.
people off.
Oh!
Because
notice that the
everybody's
first time.
used to like, because that slight angle, if he's holding it crooked, that's what got Obi-Wan, because like they're
Right?
it's because of that angle it throws people off.
It's crazy, man.
Also, all the actors got to design their own lightsabers except for Annie.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do we know why?
Probably because it was set in stone
because-
what it was gonna be. Probably
It's something like that. Yeah, it was
all those
something.
nerds from the '70s like that's not the one. He's gonna go. Get it."
Also, shit. Samuel Jackson's
Yeah.
fucking lightsaber had something motherfucker like etched
Oh,
in the
I'm
bottom of his.
Oh,
That's cool.
I forgot
like
the
that.
actual phrase.
That's fine.
You guys can look it up.
Do you, on a side note, do you think the original 3 were intended specifically for kids? You know how he kind of says like Star Wars is for kids, especially
Yeah.
like on these prequel ones. Do you feel like
Yeah.
it was like that? I know they're probably PG.
They were PG.
But
I would
they're
say
they're
so.
pretty-
I think the prequels are more heavy because there's a lot of shit I remember as a kid because we were all in our teens when these young teens when these came out. So a lot of stuff went over your head, right? But I guess the original trilogy is more straight laced, and I could see it for kids.
Because
yeah.
I just don't want him to like rest on that as being like the reason why these are kids movies. We don't have to take these.
That's what Freddie
seriously.
Prinze Jr. said.
Yeah.
But like at
That
the
they're made
things
for
like
children.
in the '70s, like when this first came out, it seems like everybody was fucking watching it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just like Aladdin for me in like '93. It's like everybody seems to be in it. Like everybody grows. Like you got to assume there's going to be adults that are kind of into it, especially the fan base at that time. I'm
Correct.
sorry, I
You're
sat
good.
on the cord.
You're good. You're good.
George
Interesting.
Lucas is like, shut this kid the fuck up.
Right, exactly.
Not right now. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
Disney.
Sitting there counting his money.
We both went there. Jesus Christ, Ben, I said I'm busy.
That's neither here nor there. But
right.
the fight between everybody.
Yeah, fight was good. You see Annie trying to get the best of Dooku, but ignoring Obi-Wan and going straight for the
The impulsiveness.
Yep,
like,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
It shows how much he's really not ready.
Yeah.
exactly.
Although he keeps saying he's ready, but he keeps fucking up because he's too eager. Don't even think about shit. Just go head on.
Right.
And then fucks everything up.
which tends to lead to the dark side.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
But you said Dooku's not working with Palpatine, though, right?
He is.
Is he?
Yep.
I didn't think he was. I
'Cause
thought he was just kind of for himself at this point.
No, he's
because this is what I was questioning myself now, because it doesn't seem like, 'cause even not to touch too much on the next episode, but he seems like he's just like, yeah, kill that fucking guy. I don't care. I didn't realize how little he's
the
in
Sith
this stuff. You know,
and the Apprentice. The Apprentice always.
I know it
kills-
seems like a thing that they kind of
Yeah.
do either way, but if
Palpatine
like, if
killed
you're,
his.
if I'm Dooku and I know that that's my fucking dude, I know at some point I'm probably gonna die, unless I kill him, right? So I don't know. It just, if you know that going in, I just don't know why you wouldn't have a backup plan or a fucking just some kind of thing in order to protect yourself.
Palpatine goes. He's got another plan for everything.
Yeah. He's the fucking Phantom Menace, man. He's orchestrating this shit. He's like, he's got little puppet strings.
Unlimited power.
Right.
I don't know. It's just I couldn't make heads or tails of Dooku. I think that's all.
Yeah, and we obviously get to see more of him in 3, but I remember I was like, man, they didn't really touch on
But
this guy too much.
Palpatine and
barely in it.
Dooku work quite a bit together in Clone Wars.
Do they?
It's true. I started watching that episode by episode in the mornings now.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I might
This is-
start.
this
I might
is
have to
the
dig
Cody.
into
Master Cody.
that. I don't know, man. What else you got?
The end of the movie, man.
Is this where he
dude.
loses his hand?
He
Oh,
gets
yeah,
his
he lost
arm
his hand.
fucking jacked off by fucking Dooku. Dooku took a Count Dooku right on his chest.
He clearly bested him, man. Bested both of them dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
sure did.
he's a master at saber. I read up on Dooku a little bit, and it said that because of the Sith was thought to be completely gone, a lot of the Jedis slacked on their saber training, but Count Dooku kept at it because he was adamant on like they're still around, and he was. I read that he was even looking for their artifacts to learn more about them to help prevent them from coming back or some shit like that. But he got all the knowledge and all that stuff corrupted him.
Oh, see,
But he was a master at the saber.
See that's why I think this would have been so much more interesting if he's doing all this shit. Like, you guys are fucking wrong. Like, this to me is like would have been Qui-Gon's strength. Like, I know you, I followed the order, but I know you guys are wrong on this. You're not seeing this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off and do this thing,
Right.
and that like, kind of rebellious little thing in him. And it turns out like he would be right, but I don't know. I feel like if Dooku was kind of like in this third party situation, it would have been so much cooler.
Yeah.
I'm not with the Jedi, and I'm not with them.
See,
like,
that's what I
went
thought.
out. I went out on this way
Yep.
to kind of prevent what you all assholes are fucking missing out on.
See, that would have been going in ties with the gray side of the Force.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say there's balance. And here's my argument with that. You have balance, but you also have that pivot point in the middle of a scale. You can't have that balanced scale without that pivot point. So why can't there be a gray force? You know what I mean?
It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, all that sounds way cooler than just this, like, you're going to be evil or it's just this one thing,
Right.
you know?
They were afraid to explore that, I feel, in those original movies, man. They just didn't want to talk about it. I feel like now it kind of
Like the
opens up the door.
original?
Well, we're talking our prequels
Or the
here.
prequels?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were
It's
kind
too
of
much. I can't keep track.
right. I
the way
know.
we describe these
They're
things.
trying to. It's either good or bad.
So
you know?
how Dooku was talking about he wished Qui-Gon was still alive. Do you guys think Qui-Gon would have joined him?
I do.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it would probably worked out that way. Because that was, Dooku is Qui-Gon's trainer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Qui-Gon was his Padawan.
It's funny. I was thinking that too. I was watching it. I was like, man, that was like a real.
I was like, so
nod.
technically, like, Dooku is fucking Obi-Wan's grandfather in the Jedi. If we're looking at it like
It's true.
that.
That's why they got fucked up by
That's
that
how I
dude.
looked at it.
It's going back.
I am your grandfather, young Padawan. You
It's
don't
true.
stand a chance
He didn't.
at all.
Neither of them did.
See, that's why I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, but I just don't. I never feel like he's the fucking hero at anything, you know.
Right.
Like, he never
Let's see if
never has
this
his,
series
his full
changes
moment,
anything.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's see if he can pull anything off. But that kind of gives you the underdog a little bit. It's the change in the Jedi. Jedi are cocky. You know what I mean? They think they got everything together. But here you've got finally like a real person, like
See,
how you would imagine.
If he's failing and kind of like doing shit like here, like they lost here, right? The bad guy gets away. Like, that's a cool arc to have, but I never feel like they pay it off right.
No.
For him.
Right. It's sloppy.
I feel like he deserves more.
It's sloppy.
Yeah. Like he learned something. There was never that I learned moment. It's just like what we knew all along is going to happen, and all I can do is stop you right or where I think you are. You know, I leave you right here with this, and I don't know.
It's kind of when you put an average Joe in charge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens, man. You know?
You worked here 20 years. You should know how to do it.
Right,
Like, I
exactly.
never ran a
I'm going to go on break.
Yeah.
I want to eat death sticks. That's all. I do want to say, wrapping up on that, I think that fight scene was real rushed. I was kind of pissed off about that.
Are you happy or sad that you saw Yoda fighting? Because I feel like I read people were kind of upset about that.
The only thing that it was awesome to finally see it.
Yeah.
But if you are like us and you're analytical assholes, you're gonna break it down and be like, that looked real.
Somebody
real
said
over
with,
the top.
like he's already pretty old here, and then even in the older
He's
the
like
original
900
trilogy.
something.
Yeah, like the difference between where he is in Attack of the Clones and later on, like when he's training Luke, is 30 years. He's already 900 years old. Like, if he's so old, like he can't fight in these ones, would he be fighting then?
Yeah, I think that was a big inconsistent problem. Because how do Yoda's whatever species he is age? 30 years could be 2 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't know.
I don't know.
It was cool to see him go off, though. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I like how
I
he's
like
like
it.
grunting and lipping when he comes in there.
Right?
Yeah.
But hold on, dude. When he grabs his saber, though, that was dope as fuck. He lifts his robe and he's like, just fucking.
Right? Using that the force. You know what I mean?
That's
Like you
what
said.
I'm saying. Like, I like you see like shit like that.
But
and,
what
like,
if he uses
could be
the
so cool.
force to, amplify his little sore knees, his arthritis? You know what I mean?
So that'd be like, yeah, I could go with that.
Also, my little thing was okay. He's like deflecting Dooku's like attempts and shit like that. Like, throw that shit back at him. Don't just like meh.
Yeah, exactly.
And that last one, when he's trying to stop that shit from falling on Annie and Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan's fucking totally awake, and he's just sitting there like, "You're doing good.
Fucking pull
You're
something,
doing good.
trip him, something.
Help him, force
Hold that
push
shit.
that fucking thing, or
Yeah.
fucking do something to Dooku."
That would be cool.
They already tag teamed on him. Why not triple? Well, Annie's a bitch. He got knocked down. Man! But
I can't do anything.
it's like, I can't do nothing because Annie's on me. It's just his head. But still, like, he could have fucking helped push that away or fucking, like, force push
Something.
Dooku or something.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was
Yeah.
so mad at like Qui-Gon for just, you're just gonna lay there and die.
this was
This really burns.
This was part of your
Those
final
were
training.
flesh wounds,
But
seriously.
That's what's kind of crazy because, like, not to touch too much on episode 7, but as soon as you see Kylo Ren, he's already fucking, he's beyond shit I've seen in the previous movies with damn
Right.
near everybody. Like, obviously Vader's got that shit too, but you don't see it as much. Like, he force pulls that guy to his hand, which is kind of cool and more personal. And even then, when Poe takes that shot at him, he holds that fucking
Yeah,
thing there
I was
the
going
whole
to say
time.
that.
Yeah.
He's the first person to stop a laser shot.
Yeah, like instead of all this deflection or stopping and doing all that shit, he held it right fucking there. I was like, cool. I want to see like how he came to get that power, and maybe that's more explained in this new movie that's gonna come out.
Dude,
but,
man, my hopes are
but
high.
I was like, he's
dude.
already fucking like more powerful than I've seen. Visually, at least in these things, like you could do all the back lore shit, like, oh no, this guy's
Yep.
more powerful. Technically, you just didn't see it, but I was like, I like seeing shit as not knowing. You know?
the sheer power of him being able to hold that while trying to read Poe's mind. You know what I mean?
like, yeah, he's it's
holding
there
it.
the whole fucking time doing all this.
And
extra
then when
shit
he goes to leave.
bam.
all right. You guys open the box, right? So Kyle
Oh,
was
this box
walking
has been
away,
open slowly this whole time.
and Finch just standing there, and they make that uncomfortable eye contact. I was like,
Yeah. I was like, they knew right away. You know what I mean?
exactly. Like I wish they could add in like, oh, it's fucking rookies, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Something,
do
something.
something.
Yeah.
Standing there. Oh God, I can't wait for those.
I agree.
So yeah, we had our scene. Annie's hand.
His
Obi-Wan.
whole fucking arm almost.
That's true.
It's above the elbow.
That's it, right? Marriage.
That's what you got.
Roll the credits.
Do they get married?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the very end.
Okay.
You skipped it probably.
did.
Like,
I didn't
fight
make-
scene's over. Done.
Yeah, I didn't make it that
We
far
were
yet.
so more consistent scene by scene breakdown with episode 1. You can tell that we generally weren't like.
this one was just harder to make it through for me.
Yeah.
With
I was fine throughout this whole
Were you?
movie. I like
I
yeah,
just
I'm
it,
fine with it.
for a 2-hour movie, I know I try to hold out doing the notes so that way I'm as fresh as can be with you. But like doing this shit, I was like, man, I gotta skip these scenes, man.
Right.
There's not a lot of shit that. It's just more questions than anything cool to give to
It's
you
what I
guys.
do with the Phantom Menace.
So I'm just like,
I
fuck it.
watched it again while doing chores. I skipped that whole pod. Like I seen it a million times.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to get these guys something good. I can't
Yeah.
just be sitting here shitting on Anakin and fucking
Right.
Padme the whole time.
That's funny.
And then I ended up not making it.
Well, Annie was shitting on Padme. Oh man.
But my thing is, how would you rate it? What are you thinking?
So out of 10, I'm going with a solid 7.
A solid 7?
Yeah, it was average. Didn't. It was a good placeholder for me. I still was entertained, but I wasn't blown away. This was waiting for episode 3. It's what we're all waiting for, right? You know.
I'm thinking, maybe like a 5 or a 6.
5 or 6?
Originally, when I watched it, I was thinking 6, but now I for some reason it was. I don't know if I'd put it under Phantom. Maybe I would. Right.
Oh, I would definitely
right
put
now,
it
the way
under
I'm
Phantom.
thinking, yeah. Well, how do you
Put
feel?
it under.
I would put it under Phantom. Like Phantom being
Let's-
better.
As we go,
When you
we should
say
rank these.
under, Phantom would be under this one. So
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
thought you were
I would
saying
put
like
Phantom on top. Out
Right.
of the 2 that we've done so far,
Yeah.
like talked about, I would put Phantom as better than this
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Agreed. What you?
I'd say about a 6.7, 6.8.
Okay. So we're all pretty much around the same. Man, that is an absolute record. I think it's the first time we've all been consistent with something. Jazz
Yeah.
hands.
Probably.
It's
That's an accolade in this episode, man. I'm proud of us.
We'll put an achievement thing.
Right? Ta-da! Achievement unlocked.
the rare one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's really all I
yeah,
got
I think
on
I got
it.
it. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Episode 3 coming up.
The more we do this, we'll just put them in order that we think
Yeah, that makes sense.
as we
We,
go.
we got a lot to go. Like seriously, if you think, I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, "Fuck, we are literally gonna do all these, right?" So we're talking about we have to do the solo
Time to
story,
nut up or shut up.
right? We got to do Rogue One.
We're gonna do it in order.
That's fuck yeah, let's do it.
Do you
Why
want
not?
you want to do it in order? Or do you want to
Yeah.
do the main movies first and then go back? Because I could go either way. I've seen everything
Yeah.
until we go to the movies. And
I
see this.
I think it would be fun to do it in the
Do it-
order
do
you're
it
supposed to see it.
chronological order,
yeah,
right?
just
Okay.
because I've never
That's cool.
done that
That's
before.
what I would do.
You know what I mean?
I've never done it that way either.
Episode 3, I'm excited for. We went and saw that movie together. We got a story about myself getting pulled over while getting pre-tickets for the movie. I don't know if you'll remember
I
that.
don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Well, we'll talk about it next week. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our page, like our video, dislike our video. We
Fill us in on the details, man.
yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, what do we get wrong? What do we miss?
Yeah.
Even when I was talking shit, I'm actually pretty excited. I'm kind of cool with all this shit.
yeah,
Even though I don't love these movies, but I do enjoy them, and I want to get more into them. So
hell yeah, yeah.
whatever you can offer me is cool. I appreciate that shit.
Yeah, we're
I want
spotting.
to get this nerd conversation shit going because we're fucking nerds.
Yeah, absolutely. Just I don't know what we're gonna do with ourselves when we're done with all these. Like that's gonna be
We're
crazy.
gonna have to move on to
Dude,
MCU.
shit. We got Mando.
Yep.
Fucking
Technically, it's gonna take
Obi-Wan
us
may
forever.
be out for by that time. Fucking
Something to do.
yeah.
Something to do. While you're waiting for those episodes, check out our website. We've got reviews on Tool. We've got we try and do daily posting news stuff, tour announcements, stuff like that. Anything coming through Chicago. Hell, if you're in Chicago and there's any shows you're going to, let us know. We'll definitely meet you up there, man.
Or if you're in Chicago and you want to go to Dave & Buster's or something, we ain't doing nothing.
No, we're not doing like what we're doing. Ain't doing nothing right now at all.
We see like some commercial is like $20, like all you can eat and
Yeah.
like, all you can play.
Yeah, and it was like
Oh yeah, I'm down for that. Sweet.
We should put our like Xbox and like PlayStation shit on here too. We should
we should
do, like,
start
a
we should
group.
start doing some stuff on there.
I think so. I want to
Recording
get a
some
group
shit.
and like that way we get our own little fucking lobby
Get
going.
into some games for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
Animal experiences going.
We should share our gamer tags.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be like, you guys are gonna be like doing your shit, and then you're gonna be like, "Where's Animal?" And then I'm gonna be over there like jumping in the wall, like, "How do you do this?" Like, turn around, man. I'm not good at games.
That other stick turns you. One goes forward, one
how
turns
You
around.
can see his guy in a corner.
Right? Well, we're rambling. Thanks a lot for checking us out, guys. We will be back next week. As always, take care of yourself. For Ivan, for JD, I'm Animal. This is fucking wasted attention, man.
Later.